Okay, I've got to countdown. Managing moderator can support your channel. Ooh, I can add moderators. Huh. Sweet. So any fuckers get out of control. There we go.
My hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now.
Do not disturb.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell.
live.
My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound
Morning, Rusty.
of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading.
I am ready. It's going to be a... What is that shadow? Oh, that's my hoodie. It's cold here in Atlanta. We're not looking any better. Wow. Hood is down another 6%. Well, time to start buying again. Morning, Wendy, Larry, Harold. I'm not going to do scan. This is going to be a week in review. Crypto is getting Walmart CEO. Doug McMillon's retiring. And the stock is under 100. Interesting. He's a great CEO, McMillan. Still a strong buy from Wall Street, $113, but it hasn't gotten to 113. Got to 109. I mean, you know, the valuation again, 39 times forward earnings. They're doing great. I mean, this is just one of those stocks that I don't have any fear of getting into this one. You know, it hasn't performed. You know, you can look at against the S&P. I don't think it's done very well against the S&P year to date. Year to date, Walmart's up 13%, S&P for 14, 1 year. It is outpacing. I knew long term it was doing better than the S&P, but I mean, it's not a tech stock. It should be, but it's not. I mean, you know, with all the stuff they're doing. I like Walmart. I have a position in Walmart. It's not very large. I mean, I think it's like $20,000, $10,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. Let's see. How is that one? Is that cutting my head off? Nope. Okay. We'll do AI tracking from there. I like Walmart. But that news isn't like probably a decent success. I mean, it's better than Disney's Succession, which we don't even know who this new CEO is going to be. I should move over here. Is the camera going to be better if I move over here? Yeah. Now it seems to keep me in the middle for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah. Okay. So, somebody's retiring. Let's see. This is, if you want to follow Tom Lee, he just redid all of his fund strat stuff. I think Meta is a screaming buy. So does Stephanie Link. So do others. I mean, just in my mind, I just can't imagine that it's not a good buy. Nebius, I kind of think with James, it's a buy as well. Better reported. and Eric Jackson explains, hey, it's going to be a long bumpy ride. So, yeah. And this is one of the big movers of today, that I saw. It's up 104%. It kind of points to, again, what market we're in and why it's not correlating. Like the market that we're in and the fear that you feel, it's not correlating. I mean, IREN, we'll go over IREN, Nebius. I mean, it's just a moment of truth with all of those. And NASDAQ, there's the 10 names that are driving the downturn. US stock soars post-COVID. I mean, it's just the NASDAQ's down 2% again. So journaling helps, and then you got Dan Ives doing everybody a favor saying, hey, buy the dip. Nobody's buying the dip. And BBAI, I don't get it. I mean, it's kind of like Palantir. I don't get it. I never understood Palantir. Palantir's price action was better than the actual, like, my understanding of the stock. And Warren Buffett says it all the time. If you don't understand it, you shouldn't buy the stock. And I just don't understand Palantir. I get it, but I haven't been able to, play with it and put my hands on it and blah, blah, blah. But if you did join us, by the way, like Jersey did, Applied Materials, Sidekick, spot on. Spot on, even from the damn, actual pricing. Holy crap. Okay, let me say good morning. I got Harold, I got Sean, good morning, Jacob, Rick, Larry from Jersey, David, Mark. Yeah, and Trendspider's good. I mean, literally, it's funny because, and I joked, Jersey, I joked that my time with Mike yesterday was it literally is. That's a one-on-one session that you can get when you sign up for Trendspider. Hey, bullish bets in the house, but bullish bites. Honestly, Trendspider, I mean, those 52 sessions, if you want to watch me live, I probably should pull this up. Where is it? There it is. This one. Yeah. Oh no, that was 2 weeks ago. There's the live stream. I need to put a title on it and stuff like that. I need to edit that damn thing. But morning, Chris, Jennifer. Yeah. I'm gonna, by the way, the stop shilling, you're selling too much, really hit yesterday with about 6 emails. I saw 3 or 4 comments about that I'm selling too much. But good God, I mean, these deals, I said it yesterday, it's $64 a month. Okay. Here's a good example. So you can save $25 to $50 per week by bringing your lunch to work per week. Again, I've done this, so I know it for a fact. You can save that amount of money by just packing your own lunch and bringing it rather than actually, going out and eating lunch. You can still eat lunch once a week, and this is what I used to do, is I used to save the money, not go out with buddies, and then on Friday we'd go out to eat. And I'd spend, $10, $15 on lunch. But you can save that amount of money, and that's what you put into Trendspider at $64. Again, it's per week. So say you save $20 a week per month. That's $20. It's $80 a month. Yeah, Oracle. I mean, I'm waiting on a bunch of these. It was funny because I am going to start out with this article. Don't buy this dip. It's not a bubble. It's time to sell. If you guys want to read this, let me just send this over to you. Let me put this in the chat. It's a great. I agree with him to a certain amount. Oh, it won't let me paste it. Just go to Seeking Alpha and look it up. It won't let me paste it. But, oh well. It's too long of a link, it says. I don't know why. But it's so, I mean, this article was so good because it breaks it down. Premise number 2. His premise number 1 is from a couple of October, which was great. I mean, it was almost perfect timing. And then he goes over everything that you need to, I mean, just perfectly. Bubbles exist, except this isn't a bubble. The tech bubble, CapEx, and the China factor, and the fact that retail's not bumping in here. This article was just perfect. It was great. I like that one a lot. But I mean, you can't argue. We're under 600 on QQQ, so you've taken quite a bit lower. And let's see, that's yesterday's afternoon candle was actually green by 0.1. Ironically. Huh. So this, I don't think that 606 is going to hold up. So my next line of defense would be probably 582, 583. But okay, let me go ahead and do this podcast. But yeah, I'm gonna shill. I mean, honest to God, I'm gonna shill. So I'll start out with a rant. Move this. Okay. Good morning. It is Friday, November 14th. Happy Friday. We're going to go over everything. Do I regret putting that in the title yesterday that the fourth quarter rally was starting? Maybe. It comes with the game. You know, we had a government shutdown, and then you just had continued set. We'll go over why. I found a great article on Seeking Alpha about it. We will go over why this weekend. And yes, just to point this out, I will be selling quite a bit on this podcast. You will hear me talk about the $5 trial with Trendspider. Why? Because you get 2 weeks of Trendspider for $5, and you can literally, if you felt uncomfortable, have it analyze your portfolio like I did yesterday. I mean, there's no reason to ask a douche on the internet when you've got AI that nailed the Applied Materials earnings yesterday. Absolutely nailed it. And I'm not seeing any hallucinations. There are some, but again, sidekick, best thing. So I'll give you a weekend thing. I'll tell you, if you feel uncomfortable today, you need to journal. We'll go over that. We will go over my weekend review because I did some things right. I did some things wrong. We'll go over some YOLO trades, and then we'll address the crypto factor that is sitting in the room. But here you go. So I had a horizontal line at 606. It's no longer there. We've broken down. We're under 600 on QQQ. Is that a bad thing? Well, 4-hour algorithm got you out at about 600 here. Hasn't gotten you back in. So what strategy are you using? Again, if you're panicking, if you sold anything yesterday because I feel uncomfortable, that's not a strategy. Panic and selling is not a strategy. And yes, it may feel bad. But understand, in April and March, if you were journaling during this time and you were like, oh my God, I need to sell. And then you were like, oh, I did it right because we got a little bump. You didn't do it right. And then you think, oh, we got a little bump again. No, you didn't do it right. And we finally hit bottom. If you were journaling, you know how you're feeling and you know what actions you took and what mistakes you made or what things you did right. And so I was live with Trendspider yesterday. It's on my page. You can go and look at it. It's the Applied Materials. If you don't think that Sidekick is worth freaking $5 for 2 weeks, you get 100 messages. So go and use, I got a message about you should really tell people that they only get 25 messages. I do. And that's why you see me use Perplexity to try and get prompts so that I don't waste my prompts with Trend. It says it right down here, 25 Sidekick messages, but here's a bonus offer. You can get for $5 for 2 weeks. You get Sidekick AI, 1 month of it. It's 100 messages, I believe. Again, go and ask Trendspider. Use the contact us button, but it's $5. $5 freaking dollars. Yes, you can get an annual plan. Do not sign up for this just to get my 4-hour algorithm. Because FYI, you may not find it as beneficial as I do. I find it incredibly helpful. But there are so many strategies out there for you to use. But again, if you want to watch this and you want to watch us in real time, see exactly how Applied Materials and Sidekick absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And I read this article this morning, and I want to bring this up. Don't buy this dip. It's not a bubble, but it's time to sell. This was spot on, okay? Spot on. Because we're seeing there's nobody coming in to buy this dip. And I'm going to go over 8 things that this article specifically points out. 1, the reasons for the sell-off and why it seems nobody is buying the dip. Again, that's the biggest learning from this article that I got. Number 2, why this isn't a bubble. Again, it's not an AI bubble. You're going to hear that term a lot. It's not an AI bubble. This article addresses that. Number 3, what targets should we start to see as you go down? Is it a 5%? Is it 10%? Is this a 20% correction? This article addresses it. Number 4, where there is a bubble and where you can expect further downside. He does bring up Oklo. He brings other kind of stocks out there, but he addresses that. Number 6, China trade, or number 5, where there is not a bubble, okay? There are places in this market that are not a bubble, specifically NVIDIA. He addresses it. It's not a bubble. Number 6, the risks from China. China is a risk to this entire economy. So yes, China matters. Number 7, the macro outlook with political risk. He addresses it in this article. Again, it's a long article. It is well worth the read, well worth the charts. And number 8, and probably most importantly, how to position your portfolio. And that's what I want to address with you. Because again, if you saw me yesterday on Trendspider, I literally went into Sidekick, okay? And one of the messages, the watch list analysis breakdown, and I use the core portfolio, but you can upload your own portfolio. I will provide this prompt in my newsletter. It's in yesterday's newsletter. You can copy and paste if you'd like. You can put this into Perplexity and put your own portfolio into Perplexity. Just understand, I have done this exact thing. Perplexity did not give me as good an answer as Sidekick is. So for $5, try it out for the weekend. Again, Sidekick is trained just on Trendspider data. It doesn't go out to the internet. So if you go and ask Perplexity to do an Apple analysis for you, it's going to grab every freaking Apple bear case, and it's going to go and grab every freaking Apple bull case. You don't know what's true. You don't know what's made up, and AI just takes that, puts it in there, and says, ooh, I think this is true. That's the benefit of Sidekick. It doesn't do that. It only uses what's in Trendspider. And what's in Trendspider? It's the charts, it's the financials, it's the fundamentals, it's everything that is actual fact, not opinion, other than maybe analyst recommendations. But it did a fantastic job. So if you watched the show yesterday and watched how Sidekick analyzed the Applied Materials earnings, what did it say? It said it would probably get a double beat, which it did. And it was probably going to trade down 8-9%. Well, what is it? In pre-market, down 7.37%. And if you felt bad this week about your portfolio, again, you need to start using some analysis. You can't ask me about your own portfolio. I'm not going to give you opinions. Maybe you have a financial analyst that you want to talk to. But the fact is, if you feel bad about it, go and ask Sidekick. Sidekick is smart enough to give you some recommendations. Do it this weekend. $5. Again, use the link in Linktree, this top one. Go over here and you can sign up for the annual plan, which is fantastic. You get one free indicator. You get one year of Signal Stack, and you get 1 month of Sidekick AI, the advanced plan, so you get like 100 messages. Now, I will tell you one drawback, and I don't know if it's true, but one of the great things is you can use this contact us down here in the bottom right-hand corner with Trendspider, and you can ask them. But one thing that both Mike and I weren't sure of, it was built to analyze up to 20 names. So if you got one of those portfolios with 98 freaking stocks in it, maybe you have to break it down a little bit. But you're going to hear a lot about bubbles. You're going to hear a lot about pullbacks. You're going to hear a lot about, is this the crash, revaluation, blah, blah, blah. There are bulls out there. I am one of them. And this article right here, it was fantastic to read. He's saying don't buy it. You've got to find a strategy to actually buy it. And the Applied Materials, again, a double beat, and it moved down 8%. But that was normal for this stock. And then you've got Dan Ives coming out here. He says it's a great buying opportunity, remains bullish on big tech. Doesn't tell you the value, doesn't tell you what level to buy them at. He says just go out and buy them. Well, we're seeing Palantir's down another 5%. We're seeing NVIDIA down another 3%. We're seeing Microsoft down 1%. Google down 2%. We're seeing Palantir's down 5% in pre-market. So if your portfolio feels bad and you don't really know what to do, I would tell you, you haven't journaled your trades. Because yesterday reminded me of April. And if we just look at April, boy, this is what April felt like. You haven't felt this for the entire summer. It was a silly, silly market. The Alpha Pix portfolio was way down. I was down 6%. My IREN, my Nebius, and all speculative buys got killed yesterday. But what changed? What changed? Will the Fed not reduce their rates in December? Again, what changed? U.S. stocks sink as post-shutdown optimism fades, rate cuts odd fail. Well, the Fed probably isn't cutting in December, and that was priced in the market. So we can explain that. That might be 2 or 3% in the market. Is the AI theme overstated with some of the spending and stuff? Not really. I mean, again, is Meta not going to spend money? No. Is Meta valued better now than it was at $700? You bet. You bet. Had a buy here at $624. Did I buy? It didn't have confirmation. Don't like the move. Got the alert. Made the mistake of buying at $660. And you've got a gap up here. The first line of defense for me is $550. If it gets down towards that area, you bet I'm going to buy. From a weekly standpoint, our MACD is just at the oscillator. The RSI is at 37. It can go much lower, like we saw in April. So again, I wound up looking at my journal yesterday. This may be something that's brewing under the surface. NASDAQ tumbles, and these 10 names are driving the stock losses. And over the last month, if you just go in, use your Seeking Alpha, use whatever tool you want. The thing that I like is this bundle, Seeking Alpha Premium, because I can go in here and easily look at this. And I can say, okay, over the last month, let me look at the equity sectors. Well, what's up? Over the last month, healthcare is driving this. Energy is driving this up. Everything else is driving this down. That's huge. Those are both defensive sectors. So XLK, which is the technology, over the last month, you're down 0.5%. Is it something to panic about because it was down 3%? Again, over the last month, it's down 0.5%. Year to date, you're up 23%. So is it something to panic about? But is something underneath the surface? Because when you go down and you sort the U.S. equity factors over 1 month, value is number one. That is not normal. That is a defense. So not only do you have healthcare and energy leading, but now you have value down here as well. Is something brewing under the surface? And the Dow actually is outpacing the other indexes. But the NASDAQ, again, these top 10 names are driving the drop. Tesla down 6% yesterday. Shopify 5%. Palantir 4%. ARM, there's a lot. If you have the AlphaPix portfolio, you have AppLovin, and that was down 4.2%. Okay, Constellation Energy down 4.2. Is energy, is this one overvalued? Probably, but the reality is this is probably going to be needed. It's a sell in the quant. Wait until it gets to a buy, and then add it on the 4-hour algorithm. I mean, that's the rinse and repeat thing. The fundamentals have not changed about this stock. What's changed about the stock is the market. So let's go over the weekend review. I bought a stock on Tuesday, started to trim it after it hit 20% gain. It was down like 6% yesterday, so I'm only up about 4 or 5%, but I trimmed it. I trimmed my top stock. If you go to dailystockpick.substack.com, there is an AlphaPix right here, my AlphaPix playbook, real portfolio versus official ranking. They have in AlphaPix, they have a holding percentage, okay? And AlphaPix is a great portfolio. Again, AlphaPix outpacing the S&P. It was down yesterday, but we heard from Steve Kress in April when AlphaPix was actually underperforming the market. He said when it rebounds, it should outperform the market. So it hurt yesterday. But what did I do? I pointed out in my newsletter, in this particular newsletter on October 29th, my top stock, which was like 16% of the overall portfolio. I said, hey, it just got to sell in the 4-hour algorithm. What am I going to do? I'm going to trim this back by a lot. Okay? I watched it fall 15%. Again, a reason to have not only AlphaPix, not only seeking alpha, this bundle premium, but also to have Trendspider because I was able to trim it in here. I'm not going to tell you the name. Go and sign up for this newsletter if you want to know the name. I watched IREN and Nebius just crater. Again, just crater. This one, 4-hour algorithm got you out with an 8% loss, but I'm all in profits on this one. So yeah, I'm probably going to buy the dip. When am I going to buy the dip? Probably when the 4-hour algorithm tells me to. Nebius, same thing. I am down, I think, 30% on Nebius because I bought up here. I didn't listen to the 4-hour algorithm and sell it. We're right at the 200-day, but look out below. This one probably down in the 70s. It's at, let's see, in pre-market, 83. You are going to the 70s. And I'll say it this time, okay? Probably, this is IREN, by the way, moment of truth, the neckline on the head and shoulders right there. Again, moment of truth. Are we going to bounce back up? Certainly doesn't look like it, but maybe we do. The RSI completely oversold. But I'll say this. Here's a little suggestion for you. If you're in stocks like this, start thinking about tax loss harvesting. Because if you bought the dip back in April of even QQQ, okay? You bought the dip back in April of QQQ at 453. You got a ton of profit. You bought Palantir back in April. You got a ton of profit. You bought Robinhood back in April. You've got a ton of profit. So maybe take the losses on some of these speculative names and take the gains, and it's called tax loss harvesting. Don't ask me about it. Go and figure out your own taxes, because I am not a tax attorney. I am not a specialist. So I saw Apple. Again, Apple's holding up. Just yesterday, it hit an all-time high at 272. I'm sorry, 275 the day before, 276. So it was just a couple of days ago. I use Sidekick to analyze my own personal portfolio and make adjustments. That's why I'm recommending you do this. This is my week in review. We also had a few sales in the Alpha Picks portfolio. So my Alpha Picks portfolio yesterday was down huge, 6% at one point. So while the gains are great, the swings are great as well. The outperformance remains intact. But I think this might be a good time to start buying into Alpha Picks. So if you're thinking of signing up, it's probably a really good time to buy into this portfolio. The last time we saw savings like this and swings, it was April. And the portfolio saw great performance from April until now. So it's a portfolio. If you're part of the paid subscribers, I'm going to include in the chat section in the newsletter, I put in, this was my the largest holding. I trimmed a little at 170, this particular stock, the largest holding in my Alpha Picks portfolio. I trimmed a little bit of that stock at 170. And my quote is, I'm about to cut the stake down by quite a bit, waiting for another entry. It's a hold in the quant, and I'm slightly concerned with the run-up that the valuation may be getting a little extended. I don't like the 177. Again, risk and reward. The high was 177. So I'm locking in some profits on this. And I'll wait to see if there's a better entry. It gives me more time to buy it. Again, it gives me more money to buy the 15th. We're going to have a new one on Monday. The overall portfolio still has 15 strong buys in the portfolio. One of them lost 10%. And it was added to the portfolio just recently. Again, adding to your winners, because there's one that was added October 2023, returned 900%. So let's talk about some specific stocks. Because Merck, this is one of the big winners today. It's up a CDTX, okay? It's up 104% because Merck wants to buy it. Healthcare. This is a market cap of $3.3 billion. It's not a small company. And it's up 105% in pre-market. And here's an idea. Go to your favorite AI and say, hey, I like biotech, and this particular Merck deal looks interesting. Can you find me other biotech stocks and some target acquisitions? Go and ask. Go and ask. And Eric Jackson, BETR, reported yesterday. It sold off. We can go and look at BETR. Let's look at it in the quant. I think it's a hold. Yeah, it's a hold. It's very expensive. It's super expensive. Wall Street has 2 analysts that cover it. They don't even put out a price target. But this one sold off. It's down 9% in pre-market. But if you look at the chart, it makes sense. Why? Because it's risky and it ran up. 4-hour algorithm has you out. This is one that I want to get into. Am I getting into it? No, I have a plan to get into it. And I like it. And Eric Jackson explains the float is 8 million, but only 3 to 4 million actually trade, which means 10 to 20% of the real float flips daily. Who is doing that? It's speculative, so it's going to have a huge beta and it's going to be big. Now, Nebius, they reported really good earnings and it sold off. And James Ford is putting it out there. It's a good stock. Those earnings were solid. Wall Street still has it as a strong buy. There are 6 analysts that cover it. They think it's worth $162. But damn, these guys just chased it up. Even Seeking Alpha analysts still have it as a buy. And you can read all of the latest analysis. So again, I think it's a buy. But is the risk going to be the reward? Maybe. You never know. And at this time, am I adding more money in? No, I've got a plan around it. It's right at its 200 day. But the valuation for the long term remains the same. I'm going to buy more when it shows strength. And here you go. Stephanie Link, I love her. Totally agree with my friend Dan Ives. I'm putting Meta on the best ideas list. Stock down 19% in 2 weeks, now trading at 19 times earnings per share. Cheapest of the Mag 7 with 25% TRD growth, 40% OM with AI monetization, 14% impression growth. PX add 10%. Go and ask what AI does mean, what that means. I have no idea, but she is a fundamental genius. And she's telling you it's cheap, and it was cheap back here at 521 when I loaded in. Did I start trimming this? No. I bought more at 660. My journal said, be more patient. I was more patient. I said, wait for it. You can see I got an alert right there at 624. Did I buy? No, I didn't have confirmation. It's about the risk and reward. I want to see where this one starts to bounce back up. Am I going to time it perfectly? Hell no, I'm not going to time this one perfectly. But you've got to have your watch list available. And if your portfolio is cratering, you may just have too much risk. So don't blame the market. And if you want to follow Tom Lee, he just rebalanced his granny shot portfolio. Here you go. The additions, Deere, PNC, SoFi, TJ Maxx. He deleted Garmin, Oracle. He deleted Oracle. So again, the risk is out there. The reward is out there. But it's fearful. And if you don't know how you felt in April, or you don't remember how you felt in April, start journaling. And then if you want your portfolio looked at, just go and use Sidekick. Again, it's $5 for the weekend, $5 for 2 weeks. And if you're in crypto, it probably feels even worse. This is a great example of why your risk should be mitigated. 10% of my portfolio is Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto stocks, okay? 10%. So when this falls 10, 15%, it's like 1% of my overall portfolio. Again, don't have it as too large of your portfolio if the risk is too large. I make mention of this all the time. Apple is 50% of my portfolio. How do you think I feel when it's in this upward trajectory? Great. I feel perfectly fine. When it's in this downward trajectory, I don't feel great. But again, it's 50% of my portfolio. I'm perfectly fine. The risk is worth the reward for me. So if you have any questions, again, Linktree is out there. Remember, this Black Friday sale, the perfect bundle. And this is what I was talking about. The bundle makes no sense. When you're in a bull market, you can make all the money you want. But when it comes to this type of market, this is where it shines. Alpha Picks outperforms. We saw it in 2022. We saw it in 2023. We saw it in 2024. And we saw it in 2025. It outperforms. It's a long-term portfolio. Remember, I use it as short-term for some trading, but that's me. It was built for long-term. And then you get premium. And if you want long-term stocks, if you want short-term stocks, understand where the stocks that you hold are in the quant. If it's a sell in the quant, maybe you should double think about having it be 20% of your portfolio. Again, understand what you own. And then you add in Trendspider. And I'm telling you, $5 trials. It makes no sense. This discount changes on the 17th. So on Monday, you don't get 70% off. You get 68% off. And then a week later, you get 65% off. And the trials start to go up. It's $5 freaking dollars. Again, guacamole on your Chipotle burrito, it's $5. Skip it. Skip the guac. Get Trendspider, understand your portfolio, and go and ask Sidekick. So if you have any questions, everything's out there on Linktree. I will talk to you Monday. Bye. Yeah, Carrie, I'm still in PSIX. It's a small position. I haven't trimmed it. I haven't done anything with it, but I am in it. Why? Because fundamentally, it's still a oh, come on. It's still a good buy. I mean, it's a better buy than it was at 78. I mean, look at that. The growth, A plus profitability. Look at where it was 6 months ago. And 6 months ago, over 6 months, it's up 66%. And the grading's actually become better. And Wall Street, let's see, there's one analyst that covers it. So take it with a grain of salt. But the quant has had it as a strong buy for quite a while. And it's because, you know, they're making a ton of money. I mean, the profitability is unbelievable. The growth, 54%. And the revisions, you know, it's 1. So take it with a grain of salt. But they're bringing it up. So again, you're back to where you were in July. It's kind of, you know, I'm still in it. At this point, you know, I'm down. Let me see. I'll tell you exactly how much I'm down. It's like 40, 50%. But it was a super small position. And again, if you're worried about it, Kerry, tax loss harvesting. Let's see, portfolio. Boy, there's a lot of red yesterday. Meta actually wound up. PSIX, total gain loss. I am down 33% and add to it the 6% because it's not open up yet. Fidelity will do me. Open it up at 9:30. So yeah, I'm still in it. But yeah, honestly, it's funny because the people who are nervous, the people who are asking me questions about stuff, it's the people without a process, tools. It's without the proper, you know, you're winging it, and you can only wing it for so long. Once you're done winging it, you realize, oh my God, I've got to get better help out there. Okay, let's do the sound.
Good morning.
Okay. And wow. And okay, where did I go to? Wow. Ooh. Green screen. And then let's just make this bigger. Copy. And then
Top one. Go over here.
boom. Wah, wah. Copy. And I know I did I wanted to get that like that. Okay. Oh, I gotta copy the Trendspider one. Oh, come on. Copy.
a reason to have not only alpha picks, not only seeking alpha, this bundle premium, but also to have Trendspider because I was able to trim it in here. I'm not going to tell you the name. Go and sign up for this newsletter if you want to know the name. I watched IREN and Nebius.
Green screen. And
so if you're thinking of signing up, it's probably a really good time to buy into this portfolio. The last time we saw safe.
And oh, where is it? I gotta grab it again. Copy, and then there we go. And then green screen. Okay. And we've got that. And the title. Okay. Copy. And export. And then now we're going to go to Google. Let me just do something real quick. I know people are hanging out. If you want to hang out, that's fine. I'm just doing I was trying to figure out, by the way, how effing seeking alpha. I don't get it. Okay, we're gonna take this photo, upload file. Let's see, downloads. We'll take this one, and we'll say, create this character with a black Under Armour track suit on, running away from a chaotic mob who are chasing him down a financial district street with people yelling out the window, shaking their fists because the stock market is going down. Fun, chaotic scene with people. This is a YouTube thumbnail for the Pick podcast, so leave some room for a title at the top. Let's see what it does. Wah. 3 minutes still open. By the way, my crypto stuff, I'm probably going to Do I like this? Remove the symbol. There we go. That's a good one. We'll download. And then go to Canva and maybe we'll do this one. I like this one. Yeah. And I'm going to take this person out. We're going to put in. No. Where is my penny? Downloads. And we're going to place background. No. I'm going to undo that and just do it like a frame almost. Okay. Position. Backward. Backward. And then I think we're gonna shrink this down and we'll copy it. And we'll move the transparency down like that. Transparency down like that. And I'm also going to, I think, let's see, what's the title? Crashing. We'll shrink that down. Oh. And we'll just move that. And we'll say, move that there, and then I'm going to, let's see. We're going to do share and then airdrop to the iPhone and copy. I haven't figured out how to do this on the what? There we go. Okay. We're gonna make him in front. There we go. Gives it some depth. Let's see. Done. And let's just do this as do. Yeah, we'll do that. Do. Okay, we're going to do, and we'll do, where is my seeking alpha? We'll put this in, and we're going to take this out. We'll put this over the top there, and we'll take Eleanor Fig. Do. Okay, and I'm going to take this. I'm also going to put in AI risk. Okay. And you know what? Let's just and elements, we're going to put this in. And I see transparency. Maybe I want it black, darker, and transparency. There we go. We'll move that up. Move this down there. Okay. Do download. There we go. New episode. Oh, come on. Really? I don't know why. Every now and then there seems to be... Okay, market's open. Let's see. God, that's a good picture. Fidelity. Not bad. Down 0.5%. AlphaPix is down 1%. My Roth IRA is down 1%, and that's because there's a lot of... Nebius is down 3% more. IREN is down 1%. It'll be interesting to see if... what happens, but... downloads, we're gonna put that in there. I'm gonna copy this, then I gotta go grab the other one, Spotify for creators, and episodes. Penny. Okay. And copy episode summary. Bold that as well. All of that. Copy. And then we're going to new episode. Okay. I'm out of here. Have a good weekend, everybody. The market is, it's coming back. Hood was down like, 7-8%. It's down 2% now. There's some life. Palantir was down a bunch. It's now only down 2%. Kind of touched that 160 mark. Let's see the low. Yeah, 164. Is it a buy? 4-hour algorithm says no. Is Hood a buy? 4-hour algorithm says no. Is Meta a buy? 4-hour algorithm has you in. It will probably get you out after this candle, to be honest with you. So Is MU running? That's because it's not a bubble. Yeah, MU is up 2%. MPLX, by the way. I mean, if you want a stable, look at that. I mean, it's traded. Here you go. It's at the same place. I mean, this is 49 to 50 right here. Okay? But it comes with a 7% per year dividend. It's energy. So, you add in that dividend. Again, what do you have in your portfolio? What do you feel comfortable with and everything like that? So you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to go and upload these episodes and then get yelled at that I sell too much. Have a good weekend. See you. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.